Hey everyone, Miss Reyes here. Today we're going to be going over musical symbols. So get your worksheet and follow along. Up at the top it says music is made up of sound and silence. The word we're going to use in music to mean sound is going to be note. So in that blank we're going to write the word note. And then underneath there's a reminder. It says note equals sound. The next one says the word we're going to use in music to mean silence is going to be rest. And then again, our reminder, rest equals silence. Now we have our two tables. One talks about sound and the other one talks about silent. Let's take a look at the sound one first on the left-hand side. So we have the name of the note, which is already filled in for us. We have to draw the symbol and we have to fill in how many beats that symbol gets. So our first one, the whole note, is going to look like an oval. So go ahead and draw in your whole note in that first little box. And in common time, which is going to be all of our examples here, when you see the whole note, it's going to get 4 beats. So we're going to put the number 4 right there. Now our half note, it looks very similar, but we're going to add a stem. So when the stem goes up, we're going to do our circle. Stem goes up on the right-hand side. And we can also do it with the stem coming down. So we'll draw a circle, stem coming down on the left-hand side. When you see one of these half notes, it's going to get 2 beats. So we'll put the number 2 right here. Next is going to be our quarter note. We're going to do a filled in circle this time. And stem goes up on the right, just like that. The quarter note can also have a stem coming down. So let's do another one. Filled in circle, stem coming down. And when you see a quarter note, that's going to get 1 beat. So we'll put the number 1 right here. Moving on to our 8th note, it's going to look like the quarter note, but we're going to add a little flag at the top. So let's go ahead and do our filled in circle, line going up, and then a little flag just like that. We can also do it coming down. So circle, left-hand side, flag going like that. When you see an 8th note by itself like this, it's only going to get half of a beat. And when we write this, I want you to write it like a fraction. So it'll be 1/2, just like that. And our 16th note is going to be filled in circle, stem going up, but now we're going to have 2 flags. So we'll do one right here and one underneath it, just like that. Same thing, we can have the stem going up. So let's do our filled in circle, stem coming down, and then we'll have our 2 flags just like that. And our 16th note by itself is going to take up 1/4 of a beat. So it'll be 1/4. And anytime you see one of these symbols on the staff, it's going to tell you to make sound. So if you see that whole note, you would make sound for 4 beats. If you see the half note, you would make sound for 2 beats, and so on and so forth. Now let's take a look at the other table, which talks about our silence. So again, we have the names filled in, so the name of the rest, our whole rest, just like our whole note, they're both going to take up 4 beats. So we'll put 4 right here. But this time, instead of 4 beats of sound, it's going to be 4 beats of silence. So how we know what that whole rest looks like, it's going to be a line and then a box underneath like this, and it's going to be filled in. It kind of looks like a hole in the ground. So line, filled in box. And that takes up 4 beats of silence. The next one, our half rest. We're going to do our line, and this time the box is going to go on top. It kind of looks like a hat. And this one, just like the half note, is going to take up 2 beats. 2 beats of silence. Now our quarter rest, this one's a little tricky. So watch me. It's going to go Z and then a C. Oh, take that away. Z, C, just like that. So that is our quarter rest, and that's going to take up 1 beat, and that's going to be 1 beat of silence. Now our 8th rest, this one kind of looks like a fancy 7. I'm going to do a dot, and we're going to go up and back down, kind of like that. It's like a curvy, fancy 7. And this is going to take up half of a beat. So as you can see, the beats are the same for the notes and the rest. Last but not least, we have our 16th rest. It's going to start kind of like that 8th rest. You can do your fancy 7, and then we're going to add just a little one underneath that. So that is our 16th rest, and it's going to be silent for 1/4 of a beat. So anytime you see any of these symbols on the staff, it's going to tell you to be silent. So again, if you have that whole rest, it's going to be 4 beats of silence. If you have the half rest, it's going to be 2 beats of silence. If you have the quarter rest, 1 beat of silence. And then you can see the 8th rest is only going to be a half a beat of silence. 16th rest is a 4th of beat of silence. And that is all for our musical symbols. So go ahead and put this in your binder and keep it for next time. See you then.